People say that the Toronto Maple Leafs are the face of the NHL, what not with their 13 Stanley Cups and great rivalries with the Montreal Canadiens and Detroit Red Wings during the age of 6 teams. However, what these people fail to realize is that ever since the NHL expanded, these Leafs have become quite an embarrassment to hockey and an embarrassment to Toronto itself. They haven't won the Stanley Cup, much less even made the Stanley Cup Finals, in 50 years. And the last time they won it all, the league had 6 NHL teams and there were 2 rounds of the playoffs. 2! For reference, there are 4 today and all of them are best of 7s. Ever since the league decided to expand in 1968, the Maple Leafs have either narrowly missed the playoffs or got their asses kicked before the 3rd round. They were like the current-day Washington Capitals from the 70s to the 2000s. Always making the playoffs, always getting owned. Let's have a brief history of the Maple Leafs since 1967, shall we? And before you say I'm biased because I'm a Boston Bruins fan, I say, so what? Facts are facts. If the truth hurts, become a feminist for all I care. Considering Toronto is in Canada, I'm sure most of you are feminists anyway. Let's open up your demons, Toronto. 1968. You came off a legendary victory in the Stanley Cup as an underdog, and the league decides to go through with their first year of expansion. Reward your fans by not even making the playoffs to defend your title. 1969. You return to the playoffs only to get swept by the Boston Bruins in the first round. Remember this team. 1970. Turns out getting swept by those Bruins wasn't motivation enough to return to the playoffs. Get rewarded by watching those fucking Bruins sweep the St. Louis Blues for the Stanley Cup. 1971. Get dick punched in 6 by the New York Rangers in the first round. Notice a pattern yet? 1972. At least you won a game against the Bruins in the playoffs this time. Unfortunately, this will not save you from getting your ass kicked in 5 in the first round by that Bobby Orr guy. 1973. It appears as if every time you make the playoffs, you follow with a year in which you don't make the playoffs. Better luck next year, boys. 1974. Remember the Bruins? Yeah, this time you're getting swept by them in, what do you know, the first round. 1975. Congratulations, you've won your first playoff series in 8 years. God damn. Unfortunately, it was only a best-of-3 series against the LA Kings. It appears as if the Leafs partied way too hard as they proceeded to get swept by the Philadelphia Flyers in the second round. Also, remember this team. 1976. Yeah, remember the Flyers? At least this time you put up a fight and took it to 7 games. This does not save you from losing in extraordinary fashion. Take another second-round playoff exit. 1977. Get bested in 6 by those fucking Flyers again. Even if you've beaten the Penguins to a pulp, you still can't get past the second round. Much like the Capitals. 1978. Congratulations! You've swept the Kings and crushed the hopes and dreams of the Islanders in a Game 7 thriller. Is this the year? Fuck no, you get swept by the Canadiens, aka your bigger brother. 1979. You swept the Flames, then proceeded to follow suit from last year and get swept by your big brother again. 1980. Now it's the North Stars' turn to sweep your ass, this time in the first round. 1981. Remember when you crushed the hopes and dreams of the Islanders? Yeah, they're out for blood and proceed to sweep your ass in the first round. 1982. Embrace the fate worse than death known as mediocrity by not even making the playoffs. 1983. Toronto loves tradition, so let's stick to tradition and have you get ass blasted by the North Stars in the first round. Again. 1984 and 1985. Reward your fans by rebuilding and not making the playoffs for the next 2 years. 1986. Well then, looks like that rebuilding process really worked out. You swept the Blackhawks in the first round, and your opponent for the second round is the Blues of all teams? Looks like somebody's finally shedding the choker label. Unfortunately, it's not you, as the Blues crush your hopes and dreams in 7 games. Better luck next year, boys. 1987. Get revenge on the Blues by dick-punching them in 6, only to repeat last year and lose in 7 in the second round. This time to those fucking Red Wings. 1988. Maybe you can follow tradition and get revenge on those Red Wings in the first round? Nope. You get scolded in 6. Better luck next year. 1989. Or you can completely fall apart and not even make the playoffs. 1990. Now it's the Blues' turn to kick your ass in 5 in the first round. Ouch. 91 and 92. Time to rebuild. Proceed to be the league's laughingstock while acquiring young talent in the draft. 93. This building process worked very well. You got your revenge on the Red Wings in 7, then proceeded to get your revenge on the Blues in 7. Is this the year you redeem yourself? Almost, but that doesn't cut it. Here, have a Game 7 loss to the Kings. Apparently they were out for blood when you consistently owned them in the first round back in the 70s. Better luck next year, boys. That's why you don't fuck with Wayne Gretzky. 94. You actually made it to the conference finals again. You beat the Blackhawks in 6 and proceeded to destroy the hopes and dreams of the Sharks in a Game 7 thriller. Is this the year? Fuck no, you get thrashed in 5 to the Canucks. Ouch. Better luck next year. You may want to start making moves to win a cup, however. Wouldn't want to embrace mediocrity again, now would we? 95. Or you can do absolutely nothing and lose in 7 to the Blackhawks in the first round. You best have learned your lesson by now. 96. Yeah, remember the Blues? Yeah, this time they've got Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time. Here's a loss in 6 in the first round. 97 and 98. Proceed to press the restart button once again to acquire young talent in the draft. In the meanwhile, don't even make the playoffs in the next couple of years. 99. Great glory, you've returned to the conference finals. You bested both the Flyers and Penguins in 6. Is this the year you return to the glories of the old Leafs? Jesus Christ, it's only been 32 years. And look at that, you can't do it. You lost in 5 to the Sabres. Yes, the goddamn Buffalo Sabres. Here, have a facepalm. 2000. This year looked promising. You beat the Senators in 6, but then proceeded to get bested in 6 by the New Jersey Devils in the second round. Nothing says like being a favorite to win in the Stanley Cup, only to lose in the second round by an underdog. 2001. You returned to the second round by sweeping the Senators, only to meet those Devils again and lose in 7 in spectacular fashion. 2002. Another appearance in the conference finals. Is this the year your captain raises the Prince of Wales trophy over his head? After all, you crushed the hopes and dreams of the Islanders and the Senators, who are now your bitch. Have a trophy for that. Unfortunately, you go full Maple Leaf and blow the series to the Hurricanes in 6. Fatigue is a bitch. Better luck next year, boys. 2003. Or you can collapse in 7 in the first round to, what do you know, the fucking Philadelphia Flyers. God damn it. You have now officially earned the title of being Philly's bitch. 2004. You slap your little bitch known as the Senators in 7, only to get bitch slapped in 6 to the Flyers. Learn the hierarchy. Love the hierarchy. 2005. Do you get to redeem yourself? No. Nobody gets to. A lockout means that the playoffs are cancelled this year. Better luck next year, boys. The next 7 years. Or not. You don't even make the playoffs for the next 7 years because apparently rebuilding is more important than maintaining the reputation of being competitive. Of course, I don't blame you. Going 40 straight years without a single appearance in the Stanley Cup Finals would suck. But 7 years of rebuilding, that's way too goddamn long. 2013. Yeah, remember the Bruins? They won it all in 2011 and are out to do it again. Proceed to lose in 7, despite being a really good team after 7 years of rebuilding. God damn, that's one's gotta hurt more than most of these. Better luck next year, boys. The next 3 years. Or you can completely collapse and not even make the playoffs for the next 3 years. That's fine too, especially from me, Bruins fan. 2017. You return to the playoffs. Unfortunately, you play the Capitals and lose in 6. Jesus Christ, the last 50 years have been brutal for this franchise. This is Trey McGathan, and I'll be seeing you soon.